nothing to fight. I can let you stay, though love is a matter of distance. You are too far away.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Again. Love is a matter of distance. Love is a matter of not being able to connect with, and then of course there will be no love, but it's a matter of getting connected. And the same thing will be true about our liver, because I don't know how many of you that have a good relationship to your liver. I mean, for me, it's always been like this, that the liver is something you just have, and even where it is, not everybody knows. I can tell you it's situated here, under the little bit over under the chest here, under the ribs, all over the heart, a little bit to the left, and like a big triangle down here and around. And it's quite thick also, so it's a huge organ actually. And I will not call myself a specialist in the liver, but I've been interested in it, and I share my knowledge, and I really appreciate that you will look into this subject too. If we look at our body like a society with trillions of cells and huge organs that is organizing it, then the endocrine system, which we've been talking about in former webinars, is, I can tell you shortly, this is in the central nerve system, is the leaders of the endocrine system is the pineal gland in the neck of the bird's head inside the brain. That's the central nerve system. And it's the beak of the bird, that's hypothalamus, and it's hanging an opposite heart out of the beak of the bird, that's the pituitary. So the liver is like the prison of our body, the society. It's the court, it's the police. I call it this, it's my own explanation, because all the mold, the fungus, and the viruses and bad bacteria for our body, it can even be trash from radiation, all kind of things that harms us. It's going through the liver before it can be excreted, because it needed, all criminals of the body needs to be examined. And this is happening in the liver. And if the liver doesn't want to do certain things, it will move it to the kidneys or to the gut and so on. But if the liver is clogged, it means totally blocked because it's full of prisoners there, then of course if you would come into a war with, for example, a virus, then there would be no space to jail the virus and to examine it or to kill it or whatever it needs to be done with it. That's why we need to detox our liver now, while we still have energy from the sun, and make ourselves ready, prepare ourselves for the winter. That means in general also for illness. It's for any illness this is about. The liver has also a glucose deposit there in the liver, and that glucose deposit can also be eaten up by a stressed liver that has way too much work. And that means if that deposit is disappearing, then we will start to have problems with the pancreas, this laying here, and which can then create a diabetes too. So yeah, the liver has a lot to say about many illnesses. I actually have a full list here. I wrote down some of them because I can't remember them all. Some of the signs of a clogged liver or a sluggish liver, that the first sign that you really have to take care of yourself, that is eczema, psoriasis, It's acne, all kind of skin problems, high blood pressure, heart palpitation, type 2 diabetes, SAD, seasonal affective disorder, dark circles under the eyes, chronic dehydration, um, varicose veins, I don't know what that is, weight gain, that means obesity. Many times, if the liver is overloaded, it will try, it's doing all it can for you to survive. So it will pack the toxins inside fat and store it in, for example, the stomach or at the women's legs or wherever it will. And this kind of fat is almost impossible to get rid of. Weight gain is a part of it. Chemical sensitivities, bloating, air in the stomach, constipation, and something new that was new to me, hot flashes. That means that when you get a lot of hot flashes, for example, during menopause, it could be because the liver is working very hard to detox. Um, and there is a detox process going on because there's a lot of calcium leaving the body also when you're going into the menopause. So that could fit. Um, so yeah, when the liver is clogged, it's actually stagnated, and it works maybe 2 to 4 times as hard as usual, and it's getting really hot. Um, and the problem with the liver is that it's a silent organ. It's called a silent organ, and actually, it's the part of us that is really humble. Even we are not a humble person by nature, the liver is. The liver will never complain. Uh, it will actually not complain before it's almost too late. So that's why it's important that we start to listen to it and not just say, okay, I can just, it's not harmful for me to eat toxins. I mean, I can eat any toxins, nothing is happening to me. Maybe not to you, but to your liver. And there's a limit for your liver. And one day you will have the cut. And if you didn't listen to the symptoms, and you don't have this knowledge about the liver and didn't start communicate with it, then you might get seriously ill. So it's the same as with the earth. We just throw a lot of garbage, and it can take it for some time, and then all of a sudden it's enough, and it reacts. So what can we do about that? Oh my God, we can do many things. So first of all, to get in contact with the liver. And I think I've thought it's not so easy to get in contact with the liver because the liver is so silent in some way, and it's such a big thing. I've been reading in the book Liver Rescue of the Medical Medium, Anthony William, and it's a very good book also, but it's very thick and a lot of knowledge in it. And he says that just that you will start to have attention on your liver is a great thing. And one of the ways we can have an attention to the liver is, for example, to breathe into it. This is my interpretation of this. We can breathe into it and move your body with it. And why I breathe through the nose is because then we're passing the nerve system in the brain through the nose. Find your way, the best way that you can move your liver and massage it. It's behind the ribs, so you have to move here. And it's a kind of organ massage we're doing. You can also do it from the back and hold the back a little bit. So already now you start to feel where your liver is, and remember where it is. It's in the right side. And it's going all the way over to here and that way triangle. So while doing this, you can also sing for it. Hum, for example. that's more balancing and soothing. Another thing you can do is that you can sing Hong Song for your liver, and we're going to do that in a moment. I got a really deep experience from doing that, and I hope you will do it too. You'll get the same thing. We will do it, because you might get really far away from doing it, I'll tell you how you can support the detox or the light detox that will be with this singing on your liver. I say light, because if you got a strong detox, you will have diarrhea and a liver flush, spontaneous liver flush, and that's not what we want. We want this to happen slowly, and it should be a nice experience. So you have to listen to your body and feel what is right for you. You can experiment on your own responsibility. There was a student, Diana, from England, that she experimented by just singing undertones, like open undertones, where you don't put the ng in the top, but just an ah. And she mixed it also with the Hong Song, where you put the ng and close up here in the nasal cavity. She sang for 2 hours drive, non-stop undertones, and then she did the work she had to do, and she returned in the car 2 hours more. That means 4 hours in one day, and she had spontaneous liver flush for 5 days after. And she was so happy because she knew all this. She has been doing a lot of detox, so she knew the process, and she felt really pure and clean after it. But I didn't do that 4 hours, and I don't want to have diarrhea for 5 days unless I plan it. So I tell you, we do this maybe 15 minutes. We can do it, or you can do it at home. But before that, anyway, things we can do to support it with after singing for it could be a pack of castor oil, which I will show you in a moment. That's why I'm up where there's a bed. I'm going to show you how to do it. Another thing you can do, and that's could also be the day after or just when it fits for you, is a coffee enema. I have this bag here, bought in the pharmacy, and you hang it on the wall, and you have put half a liter of coffee in it. You have to look the recipe in the internet, or the Danish people can find it in my book Help, which is not finished translated yet. And then you put this in your bottom, and you will lay down, and you will have the coffee enema, and you will keep it for 15 to 20 minutes. There are the Gerson Institute in, I think it's in Mexico now. It was originally from USA. They use this coffee enemas against cancer, because coffee, and it must be organic coffee, no normal coffee, because organic coffee is not sprayed, and conventional coffee is one of the most, it has a lot of toxins on it. So organic coffee, and it is containing a lot of glutathione, and that is a really rejuvenating antioxidant, and it's hard to get it into the body. I mean, there are plasters with it, and there are also some people get injections with it, but this coffee enema will give you 700% more glutathione. It's a huge amount, and it can kill cancer. It strengthens your mood. You really can get high on it, so you have to experience with how strong the coffee will be. There are recipes out there in the internet, and it can help people that are depressed. It give you more energy, give you a lot. It simply support you, and first of all, it supports the detox process, and it supports the liver, because it will make it make spasms, so that it will excrete the toxins that you loosened while you eventually sang Hong Song on it. So that's also a possibility. Another thing you can support this process with is eating bitter tastes. Artichoke is a very good source of that. To eat the leaves. I mean, not all the leaves, but part of it. And apples are great, and now the apple time will soon come. So at least in the north of Europe, and apple vinegar, you can use that too. And curcumin is very good also. What is it more? I also used to eat the dandelion root, and actually today I just did some weeding, and I simply took the root and I thought, okay, I washed it, and we tried to eat it just raw. Usually I would cook it, and it was not that bad. It was crispy and nice. I mean, then I thought I gave my liver a present for today. Another thing you can do is to fast. When you fast on juices, the liver has to work much less, and of course then it has time to get rid of toxins, to give it a holiday. You can also fast on water with a little bit salt. Very, very good also. But of course, everything's on your own responsibility, and that's all. I mean, we can also ask Spirit for helping us in all this process. I can tell you lately things are happening in our house, and also this with the echo and all this. I don't know if what is going on here. It doesn't happen when I am testing it, the webinar and all this. So there are some things going on electrically here in our house, and we appreciate it because we get help from above. That's how we think about it. Okay, I will now show you how you could sing Hong Song on your liver. First of all, the breathing was here. We get in contact with it again. We will take contact to the pineal gland. We will have the communication system to work well before we're going to activate the liver detox. So imagine a small bird's head inside your brain. In the center of that brain and in the neck of that bird's head is your pineal gland. It's a very small gland. It's the size of a pine knot. If you are my age and if you're a child, it might be like a small grape. Now we say the Hong sound, Hong, and concentrate on the pineal gland. Just find the center of your brain and you will see, you will find it. Yes, and then we go on to the hypothalamus, which is in the beak of the bird's head. And we're going forward. And now we go to the pituitary, which is hanging out of the beak of the bird's head, inside here, in the front of the brain. Now we go on to the thyroid, which is placed a little bit under the throat. And we are simply adding energy to the areas that we sing the Hong song to. The Hong is energy, and it's a focused energy that we can send wherever we want. Now we go to the thymus gland, which is placed a little bit above the breastbone here. And this is really important because here in the thymus gland, the T cells are matured. T cells are the killer cells of the immune system, and the T cells are very busy down in the liver. They are there like the the top of the guards, which are they are killing the toxins that are not allowed to be alive after all the examination in the liver. So the T cells are rather important, and if you don't have enough of them, then your immune system is really weak. So we have to mature that. We give it a little bit more. And if you add your fingers to this place, and you can feel some bone there, then you will be able to simply feel the vibration into your fingers, and you will feel that you really hit it, the thymus. Take one more time. And now we're going straight to the liver, because now we have activated also some T cells, and you don't have to touch it like I do now, but it's just to tell you where it is. So we start from here, from a little bit over to the left side where it's thinner, and we start in the thin end of the liver out here, the triangle, and apply hung sound to it. And you move slowly, slowly to the right while singing the Hong song. Just continue even I'm talking. And you move more and more to the right. Be aware you have the feet in the ground, and bare feet will be good, but if you just have your feet in the ground, most important. And if your voice will be not steady, you might meet something in your liver that it needs to be taken care of, but that doesn't matter, just continue. Should not be pain in your voice though. Slowly, slowly move out towards the side of the liver, to the right side. And all the way under the arm. And around to the back all the way, and we go in direction to the left, but from the back of the liver. We are restructuring the cells in the liver by this Hong Song. Just continue. And that means that they will get the structure, the crystalline structure back. Slowly, slowly, we are coming to the middle of the back, where the liver is starting to get more narrow. And you end onto the heart in the back, a little bit to the left in the back. Now we're going into the liver. Anthony William talk about the liver. He compare it to the whale of the sea, and it's the way it's diving down to the bottom of the sea. It's actually purifying the sea by bringing by moving, the way it moves and spiral the water with its huge body. It's purifying the sea, and it's also bringing material from the bottom of the sea all the way up to the surface of the sea, and that means it has a really important job there to do. And actually, I feel when we enter inside the liver, it's like coming into the sea and to dive down in the deepest part of the bottom of the sea, simply 1 kilometer down. Let's do it. We're going inside from here, and we just try to scan it inside and enter energy, help the liver so that it should not work so hard by itself. And slowly, slowly dive into it. You move gradually deeper and deeper inside, and you take it from inside and you're moving towards the right side. You can move around inside the liver too, see what is there. There might also be a lot of emotions in there. There might be some infection, because the viruses that the body does not need and does not want to be attacked by can be kept prisoned deep inside the liver, and it can be killed there, but it's always just imprisoned, and then the T cells will come to kill them when it's time for that, and when they are ready, and when it's all examined. And we have a lot of T cells guarding us. So if you meet a virus, then the T cells will kill it. And if you have toxins inside the liver, or you have a liver, fat liver, where there's a lot of fat stored there with toxins inside, then it's loosened a little bit, but not more than it will be ready to be taken out when we have, for example, glutathione to support it to be excreted, and or castor oil, resinous oil, or American oil, it's also called Christos oil, which I will show you after, that will support it to get out. So the body is so intelligent, it will not release the toxins before you're ready to get it out in a safe way. Now inside the liver you might see the duct of the bile that is leading to the gallbladder, and the gallbladder is a little bit under or inside the liver, in the middle, down towards the stomach. So you can also enter the gallbladder now, and that's the one that is creating bile, which is sweeping out the toxins also, and which is also supporting our digestion system. It's a problem if we don't have enough bile, and all this, what we're doing now, is supporting also the production of bile. If you have stones in your gallbladder and are afraid of them to loosen, then be careful. And but know that if you would make a coffee enema, then the glutathione and also some other parts of the coffee will relax all your stomach and system and it will be easier to get it out. If it's really a big stone that will be loosening, then you can also take Epsom salt in some water. That will give you diarrhea, but that will support it also, all the gut to relax. And you go back from the gallbladder into the liver. And try to feel which parts you can communicate with and give the liver all your love. I really appreciate you, liver. I'm so grateful for you. You've been working 24 hours for me since I was born, and I've just been taking you for granted. I'm sorry about that. I really want to support you. Maybe there are some places that the liver is a little bit sad. Try to move to there, or it's really a little bit harder to get in contact. Try then to soften it up. There might be some anger in the corners. Now imagine that the liver is getting full of light. The light gets stronger and stronger. It's becoming totally white. And maybe you see some rainbow colors too. The entire liver is now full of light. And you are coming slowly, slowly back up from the deep of the sea, slowly, slowly, that you will not get problem by diver's illness. You're moving up towards the narrow part of the liver, close to the heart. And up here there's an entrance, and you move up and out into the stomach, which is in the higher part of the solar plexus. From here you move to the adrenal glands, which are the top of the kidneys that are sitting to like two Napoleon hats, and they're sitting in towards the spine, deep inside behind the stomach. They are the ones that are in charge of the stress hormones and also anti-stress hormones. And when we sing like Hong Song, we are getting the anti-stress hormones, so we will relax. Now we take the pancreas, which is situated and looks a little bit like a boomerang, pointing towards the left. And by applying energy to the liver, the pancreas might also become in a better condition, because then the glucose deposits in the liver can keep the pancreas in a balanced sugar level. Go on, going down into the ovaries or into the testicles. We go on into the sacrum, which is in the bottom of us in the root chakra. And we move along the spine upwards, slowly, slowly. We move up to the kidneys, which are now placed in the back, not the adrenal glands, but the kidneys, the big ones sitting on each side of the spine in the back. And we go on along the spine, all the way up to the neck, over the skull, into the pituitary, hypothalamus, the beak of the bird's head, and into the neck of the bird's head, which is the pineal gland. Feel the pineal gland in the center of your brain. And imagine how your pineal gland communicate with the heart the heart chakra, and the liver. It's like a triangle, like this. And now pull them all three, the liver, the focus on the pineal and the heart into the center of the heart chakra. Feel your feet. Deep breath. Feel your stomach. And put your hands on the stomach. Feel how it's breathing. It's big stomach on the inhalation and contraction when you exhale. We're coming back now to the surface of the water. We have an excellent communication system in our body, and our liver is starting to feel hope for the future because now we're taking care of it. So come slowly, slowly back. And now I will show you how you can make a castor oil pack that supports your liver cleanse. Thank you very much. Okay, you take this kind of heating pack. If it's cold, I mean it's rather hot here, but I'll just show you too. You put it a little bit to the right side of, if you're laying here, it's going to be on the right side. It could also be a hot water bottle. Then you put plastic again with most of it to the right side, and then you put a towel like this, and also to the right side. And yeah, I have an organic diaper, but you can also in cotton. I put it double in order that it can be soaked with oil. You can also make it doubled, and you can take normal cotton also. So now I made it ready here, and then I have some oil, castor oil, and I put hot water in a cup, and I put the bottle inside to heat up. I'm not going to do it really now because it's really greasy, and you should always take care only to do it with one hand and maybe have some paper or wait until it's dried into the skin. The body loves castor oil. Edgar Cayce used to use this a lot in his treatments. Edgar Cayce. So what you will do now, I'm stripping a little bit. You see, you will add it. Bloop, bloop, bloop. I show you. All over where's the liver. And this is for all illnesses, always the liver first. You can also put on local places after have been doing this thing to the liver, but the liver is number one, always. So a lot of it, extra much. And when you have that, you put all of this in top, then this, and then this. You see, then you're hot, and you can sleep with it without falling or without grease or oil will come into the bed. Now good night, I'm coming up. So I hope you saw it, but it's really nice to have this on. And something else you can do, drink a lot of water, lemon inside it. Lemon is very good to purify the liver also, and to purify the water and cells in general. Yes. So there was the main thing for me here is it's all nice things. I mean, coffee enema is actually very nice. You have to, get over to try to make an enema, but it's really nice. You get high on it. You get really good mood. But take care not to start with a strong coffee. And if you're pregnant, no coffee enema. Or if you have colitis or diarrhea, serious problem in your stomach, you have to think about it, because the coffee will start a detox, and it will boost your immune system, and it will give you a high amount of glutathione. Very cheap way of detoxing, and it's a very cheap way of supporting what we do now to the liver. I'm going to do this daily for the next 3 weeks. On purpose, I wait to do more detox webinars because it usually takes 3 weeks to do a healing process, and at least some get kind of deep with the liver. And it's so important that the liver will be purified before we start doing further detox, for example, of the brain. That's the last webinar. We'll do the brain, but also the gut, the kidneys we will take care of. So the next webinar will be the 23rd of August, also Sunday, same time, place, and I hope with no echoes. And the next time will be the bowel or the gut, that we will look at how we can support that in getting detoxed. And also something else I may tell you is that the glyphosate, the pesticide in Roundup, is one of the worst things. It's really harming the liver. You see it if you will Google it, images of cow's liver that was examined. The ones that is fed on conventional food, which are most cows, you will see that the liver is totally infected. It's yellow inside. And cows that are ecological cows have a healthy liver. You see the difference on them, and it's the same thing is happening to our livers, because the liver will try to get rid of the glyphosate. It can get excreted, but it makes a lot of harm, because glyphosate can join together with aluminum and other things, and it looks like glycine, which is part of a protein in the protein. So it's very hard for the body to cope with it. That's why it's such a brilliant pesticide. But how could we ever think that poison will be healthy for us? It's not. Poison is symbolizing a way of thinking, a thinking that puts economics over health. If we would put health higher than economics, there would be no pesticides for sure. And there would be only good medicines, and there will not be people that are using natural medicines, medicines that are harmonized with our bodies, would not be hunted and closed down and so on. Good, thank you for this. And now I think there might be some questions, and I will do my best to answer them. And I'm happy that you came so many people back, even all the problems. You have to put how to do the castor oil thing is that you put the plastic in top of it all, because not to get the oil in the bed. But then I put also the heating thing around it. Now there is some kind of closing thing on mine, so it's very appropriate. You can just lock it, but otherwise take a long piece of plastic and roll it around. And of course the towel you use should be a little bit old, because it will be greasy. You can use it again, and it's wonderful. You sleep so wonderful with the castor oil, and you can have it on all night. You say minimum 2 to 4 hours. I use it in my education when people get side effects from singing, because it can happen that you start to detox from that, and it takes the side effects. I would like to know how you will feel about doing these exercises, because if you're going to join it in the, let's say, the next 3 weeks, and do it daily or as many times as you can, I would like you to write your comments about how you feel about it and share your experiences. If you could do it when I will cut this film, I hope tomorrow, and put it out. And if you can write your comments under this film in YouTube, there might also be advices from other people that know more about the liver than I do, and have good results with doing certain things. So, see you in 3 weeks. So we have 21 days of detoxing. And I could tell you it's also nice to fast. You do what you want. Thank you very much.